Hello and welcome back to Half a Clue terrible sci-fi franchise review. It's been a while, sorry. A month? 2 months?
Like a month and a half.
Yeah.
You know.
Oops, we keep doing this. Our bad. It won't happen again.
Don't
probably.
say that. Don't.
It will.
I'm making a
Don't
promise.
give them hope.
Jason says he'll put his entire life savings down if it happens again. So that's how you know.
Yeah.
We got a
What?
financial backer.
He
Life
specifically
savings.
said he would donate it to children in need.
I've got like $4, dude.
Well, then $4 will go to children.
Then yeah, I'll put it down. I'll St. Jude, you got $4 coming your way.
Thank you for your patience. We apologize for the delay. You know, the holidays. Am I right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Do you ever like holiday a holiday? It's like what? Like what's going on? You got the Christmas, the New Year's, the giving of thanks.
Even Miles' cats are still as active as ever, you know?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, they love the holidays.
Anyways, it's that time of week again, or that time of month, year, whatever again, that Miles got to pick. Miraculously, Ron is here. Ron usually doesn't show up. For
Yeah, I try to
Miles
sit
picks.
these out most of the time.
I will say the last two Miles picks in a row, you were conveniently working.
I'm surprised you were brave enough for Stargate.
I came back just in time to give my thought piece on this film.
And I really want to hear it
But-
because you have not revealed to me what you thought of this film for like the last month.
Let's reveal what we're talking about. Miles, what did you pick?
This week, or I guess this month, I picked Stargate. So live action film.
What's the year again?
1995.
1995. There
I
we
once
go.
bought you a VHS of that. too.
Yes, I've got it sitting on my shelf over there. Yeah, led into one of my favorite, if not my favorite, sci-fi series of all time, Stargate, as well as all the other spin-off shows. And in honor of the fact that they have just announced that they're going to be rebooting, well, I guess it isn't just announced anymore since we waited so damn long, but no, they're going to be rebooting the series. And I had always said, I want to talk about this movie when they have a new series coming out.
Correction, it is 1994, but yeah.
1994. Okay.
You have history for us, Mr. Ronald.
Oh,
wait,
yeah.
we forgot to introduce ourselves.
Ugh,
I'm Blake.
we all know. I'm Ron. Hi.
Jason.
Miles.
All right, you have history
All right.
for us.
Me. All right, so today we're diving into a series that began as a bold reimagining of a 1978 cult favorite and evolved into one of the most influential sci-fi shows of the 2000s. Born from Ronald D. Moore's desires to strip space down into something raw, grounded, and uncomfortably human, Battlestar Galactica emerged from its 2003 miniseries with a new identity, one that blended personal allegory, moral ambiguity, and the edge of your seat tension.
Wait, Ron.
What?
I don't think that's the movie we're talking about.
What?
It's not the movie we're talking about.
What the?
Yeah.
Who did? Huh?
Ron, we're talking about Kagamusha.
Sorry, I forgot.
Did
my
you
meds.
watch the wrong movie? Like I did.
I watched 6 seasons of Battlestar Galactica
He's ready to go.
leading up for this. I did so much goddamn research. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, I'm sorry.
I like how your joke is something that Miles actually did, though.
Oops. What can I say? You're gonna have to forgive me at some point.
At some point. All right.
It was Tubi's fault.
All right, let's get for real here. Let's get down to the nitty gritty. So when Stargate hit theaters in 1994, it was an original sci-fi gamble from Roland Emmerich and Dean Devlin, built around a single high concept idea inspired by Chariots of the Gods by Erich von Däniken, which was the book that basically questioned the idea: what if ancient gods were aliens? And then this is where they zoom in on temples and have silhouettes of green aliens and
This
stuff.
is like where the alien guy comes from, right?
Yeah, the aliens, ancient aliens. Anyway, but developed into a largely original story, production leaned heavily on practical effects, massive build sets, elaborate costumes, and extensive location shooting in the deserts of Yuma, Arizona, and the Buttercup Dunes in California to give the film a grounded yet big budget feel.
Nice.
Honestly, I think that was part of the things that stood out the most to me in this movie was that I thought this was like a big budget film. It really gives that impression, but it's not. Well, I mean, kind of, but not really.
I mean, ILM still did like the set design and stuff for them.
Oh, no, yeah.
You know, like they had a lot of the
They did
resources
the set
that the
design
big, yeah,
or
that the big budget
like
films
effects?
did. No, they did like the miniatures for like the
okay.
spaceships
The set
and
design
stuff.
is really good. That's probably the best part of this movie. that
Yeah.
and Kurt Russell's hair.
All right, so critics.
Dude, shut up.
Critics were divided on the film's pacing and tone, but audiences responded, pushing Stargate to a strong box office haul of $196.6 million against a $55 million budget. It did well. Designed as a standalone adventure, the film ended up demonstrating what Emmerich was capable of as a blockbuster filmmaker, which, that's why he became the blockbuster guy for a minute, and quietly laying the groundwork for a much larger universe. So, let's dust off the sands of time and travel through space and portals and go through and talk about Stargate. Here we are. Hey, Stargate. All right. Thoughts, impressions.
I guess I'll start off with this. As I said
Least
earlier,
biased impression.
I just want to give some context for why I love this franchise so
Please
much.
do.
Right? It's one of the few space exploration sci-fi franchises from that time, right? There's been more going on nowadays that was really grounded in our time, right? Where you could focus on modern humanity, right? Going out, exploring space, kind of living with the idea that, hey, we aren't all technologically there. You look at Star Trek and yeah, it's high technology, right?
Future.
It's the future. They've got all this stuff. Battlestar Galactica, it's high technology, dystopian,
The future.
Yeah. But like all those sci-fi shows, they kind of look into the future. Whereas this, it's very grounded in the 21st century, looking at, hey, this is what's kind of going on. And that's what really drew me to this show, because it felt like, hey, what if we could just go to distant planets now? Like, what's happening outside in space right now? It really opens up your imagination as a kid.
What if Kurt Russell could shoot aliens?
What if
That too.
What if Kurt
Yeah.
Russell had the best haircut of all
Dude.
time?
What if Kurt Russell looked like the Doom guy?
Or he looks like, what's that video game?
Duke Nukem.
Yeah, he looks like Duke Nukem.
It really does.
I guess I'll go. I thought it was all right. I did like a lot of the visual aspects of the movie. Like, I remember once we're actually in like the Egyptian world, I was like, oh, it looks pretty cool with like the pyramids and the desert and the civilization that we visit. So I thought it looked pretty cool. I thought the story beats were okay. It felt like it drew a lot from other established sci-fi things, like bigger ones. Star Trek, Dune for sure. Even a little bit of Star Wars in certain points. Like it does feel like it pulls from other pre-existing stuff. And I guess, I don't know, but I enjoyed it for the most part. I didn't hate it. I'll get into my criticisms later.
Jason.
I hardly fucking remember this movie. I watched it like 2 days after Miles made his recommendation. It was like over a month ago. I thought it was fine, if I remember correctly. I remember liking the the cultural clash between the military and like the I guess the
humans that are
the humans
on
that
that
they
desert
come
planet.
across. All that
Fremen.
stuff was really fun. Yeah, the Fremen. Like the scene where he smokes a cigarette with the kid and stuff like that, and where they're trying to communicate.
Don't touch
But-
that. No
yeah.
one touches that. You should never touch that. He picks up the gun. Sorry.
Yeah, it's because
He accidentally
his son
his
shot
kid.
himself in the fucking head.
I know. Wow.
That's what happened.
I mean, that is what
I remember
happens.
that.
Yeah. It's one of Jack O'Neill's few character traits.
Yes, I got that.
Dead
It was
son.
very much
He's
just
sad.
Dead
he's
son.
sad because he has a dead son.
Yeah, they go visit him and he's just sitting in his garage staring at the wall.
What's
He was sitting on his son's bed staring at the wall.
That's true.
what's the other guy's name? The scientist.
Daniel Jackson.
Played
So
by
James
the
Spader.
two main
Spader.
characters. The first name is Jack, and then the other main character, the last name is Jackson.
I never got that, but they never did anything with that.
It's just
in
to
any
be
of the
talking about the
show or
dichotomy
anything,
of them,
but
how they're
yeah.
they're not
Jack.
so different.
Jackson.
Yeah. Okay. So I'll get out of the way.
Let's hear it, Ron.
I did not particularly like this movie. There are elements of it that I appreciated, but for the most part, I would I just didn't have a good time really. I think it's just let me go into the strengths. Okay, so I think the world building is pretty great. I think the first maybe 20 minutes before they go into the Stargate is awesome. There's good pacing. It feels like there's momentum. They find it and almost immediately they're like, all right, we're good to go, which is like it's a little bit rushed, I'll say, but it's cool. I think the design of the Stargate and the effect of the actual like water pressure riser thing they use to make when they first turn it on, sick. Best part of the movie. I was like, oh, this is dope. And then the rest of the movie happened. And I was kind of looking at my watch most of it because I was like, I don't know. I wasn't really a fan of I think Kurt Russell was kind of wasted, and same with James Spader. Kurt Russell has like such a charisma to him, and not that I don't think he's capable. He's not allowed to act outside of that. But I didn't feel like they gave him much other than just being
Military man.
Yeah, military, sad, pensive man. And it just felt kind of out of place compared to like all these magical, wonderful things that are like happening. And he's just kind of like, all right, what's next? It's like I don't know. But James Spader, I think for the most part was good. I think his enthusiasm helps kind of carry a lot of the movie. But my biggest issue was Raw. I think the actor who played him, I forget his name, was terrible. I really don't. I know that's like apparently a hot take. I think a lot of people really seem to like him or think he's one of the better parts of the movie, but I didn't think so at all. I thought he was so boring. He just kind of stood around.
You know what my issue with him is?
What?
I don't like the voice that they gave him.
Oh,
it was
yeah.
like way over the top.
I kind of like that because I found it so like, oh.
Well, funny enough, I don't know if you know this, Miles, or that they changed that aspect of it post-production.
What did they change?
Okay, so initially, his character, I had his name written down here somewhere, but the character of Raw was supposed to be a human that was just working for the aliens and was actually just like basically doing their will, but it was basically just like turning on self on other humans. But apparently, audience reactions were so negative that they were like, "No, we hate that a human person is doing this or has been doing this to humans for thousands of years. Like that's terrible." So then they changed it. They're like, "Okay, Raw is actually possessed by, I guess the guy is possessed by the alien that they perceive of as Raw." And they added the scene where you see Raw actually die at the end because most fans were like, "We want to see him die because like screw that guy." So they added that later, and that
I didn't know that.
One of the days they did that was they added his voice being like all changed up to be creepier because, they wanted to give it a gravity to make it seem like, oh, it's a powerful alien thing.
You're kind of a comic book historian a little bit, right?
Sure, yeah. I mean, I
when did Apocalypse from X-Men debut?
that was definitely before this. I want to say at least
because that's
80s.
like the story they go with is actually a little similar, right? Where Raw is like switching bodies throughout years and stuff, right?
Yes.
Because that kind of reminds me of like Apocalypse from X-Men a little bit. Just that whole concept of like a superpowered being that's using humans as vessels essentially and is worshipped as an Egyptian god.
Oh, interesting. First debuted in comics in 1986 and first seen in X-Men animated series. Well, 1993. But yeah, 86. Yeah, so that was early. It is a very similar concept because he was like it's funny enough that's more closer to the original idea, which was that he was he's a mutant to begin with, but he gets like technology and powers or like abilities, I suppose, given to him by I think Celestials or something, and then they enhance all of his stuff like tenfold or whatever, and yada yada. But yeah, he's like switching bodies and shit.
Yeah, so it's kind of similar to what they do with this villain. So I wonder.
You guys are just ruining the series for me.
I'm sorry, Miles. But I'll say, dude, like again, the sets, the costume design was pretty dope. I think there's you can tell they put in effort to this movie, and I always appreciate that. I'll always give that its due.
The costume is cool. I like Raw's henchmen. Their design is really cool.
It's way cooler than the show. The helmets in the show are terrible.
Okay, but that's always going to happen in TV.
I don't. It looks bad.
I'll say
sorry.
that the concept, the idea of this, I can see why they made it into a show because there's a lot of untapped potential from the movie anyway.
There's a ton.
Yeah, and I'm like, oh, they made like it's like now the longest running sci-fi show and everything. I'm like, that makes sense to me because it's like, yeah, there's this untold futures and stories out there. That's where it gets a little bit. Are you still recording?
Yeah. Sorry about that, guys.
Miles'
my
cat.
cat just went haywire.
Much bigger
He
Stargate
got
fan
caught
than
on
we
a
gave him credit
cable.
for.
Andrew got
Outraged.
so mad about your
I
criticism.
know, literally
Yeah.
attacking the sound mixer. We had
Are
to
we,
fight him off.
we're still recording this?
Yes.
Sure?
Yeah. He has watched all of Stargate with me. So,
I
you
know.
know.
I could tell there's such ferocity in his eyes. He was like, "What'd you say about Kurt Russell?" Yeah.
What'd you say about his hair?
I will say the show, I enjoy the show more than the movie. I think that the movie's a great jumping off point. But they did retcon a lot of stuff moving into the show production, right? And different showrunners took over. And also, I think that the point of the movie wasn't necessarily to have good acting. I think it was to show really cool effects. It's, and to show, oh, look at this beautiful landscape. And if you go back and you're an audience in 1995 watching this, you're amazed by the Stargate. You're amazed by these great costume designs. Just the idea of going out into space.
Yeah.
Right? I don't think you're really noticing Kurt Russell's acting.
I'm noticing his hair for sure.
He did have a dorky haircut. I'll admit. Yeah.
Can I get into my biggest issue with the movie? So we have Kurt Russell and we have James Spader, and there are two main characters. I feel like they don't really have any chemistry at all, and they don't really do anything together at all. And then like they don't really like each other. Kurt Russell's more of like a tough military guy. James Spader's like a super nerd that's like portals, and like so they don't really care for each other until the end when suddenly they're like best friends. And I was like, this doesn't feel that earned when Kurt Russell's like, are you sure you want to do this? And it's just like, I never saw that friendship or relationship be earned by them.
I agree. It feels like they were missing some kind of common thread other than they're just both there,
Yeah. Like they're, the only thing they really have in common is that they want to stop Raw.
Yeah.
And which would be okay. But like it really does feel like at a certain point there's just a switch flip where they suddenly go from not getting along to getting along.
So that's because Daniel Jackson, right? So James Spader's character, the whole point of what he was doing is he discovered that Jack O'Neill played what's his name?
Kurt Russell.
Kurt Russell. Sorry. I know their character names for once better than the actor names.
Good job, Miles.
They're the same characters in the show, right?
Same characters in the show, different actors. Because
they can't afford Kurt Russell.
Yeah, they can't.
Especially in the 90s.
No, they got MacGyver instead.
Really? That's the guy who played MacGyver?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So basically that whole character arc that they're going through is Kurt Russell's character is basically dead inside. He's like, yeah, I'm basically like dead. He doesn't care about anything, right? And then James Spader's character is trying to convince him, no, it's okay to live. It's okay to survive, right? It's okay that, you can live past your child and stuff like that. And maybe that's not represented very well, but that's kind of the moment where they flip is when they have that conversation, right? Where it's like, okay, you know what? I'm not going to nuke this world and myself, right? I'm not, going on a suicide mission on purpose, right? I'm going to try to survive if I can, and I'm going to try to get everybody out of here.
It just felt very surface level, like that scene, just like, don't do that. Okay. Like it didn't feel like there was this big emotional moment between them that bonded them at all. I don't know. I just felt like they didn't really like each other at all. And then nothing really changes. And then at the end, they're kind of sad that they're going their separate ways.
He had more of a connection with like that one kid.
Yeah,
and,
yes,
like,
yes.
In the locals than he did with like James Spader or like any of the other American characters. Which so I was like, I agree. It felt forced. Funny enough, like it's obviously a very different kind of sci-fi film, but like This kind of reminds me of like Annihilation, where like the similar concept of where like all the main scientists or the people that are traveling through the portal thing, they don't know where it's going. They have no idea, or they have no idea what's going to happen when they go through there. And yet, so they select a bunch of people who have like nothing to lose, essentially. But that one obviously is really focused on those themes in particular. It's a completely different style of movie. That one's like more of a heady, like sci-fi. This is like more funs and explosions and stuff. But I think that's part of it that annoyed me was like the pacing, where it's like the first 20 minutes, boom, 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 everything's happening. It's awesome. It's exciting. And then there's like a real lull for like the whole middle section of the film, where they're just like acquiring a lot of knowledge in not particularly exciting ways, where he's like just reading the walls and he's like, I understand their language now. And it's like, what? Like, okay. But like, he's like, and I know their history, the secret history. They don't know of it. And I'm just like, okay, he's just like,
they're just trying to show off a cool society, man.
I agree. I agree, but yeah.
The biggest lull for me, as you said, like it is pretty quick at the beginning, but once they get there, nothing. They're just like standing in the sand for like fucking 20 minutes doing nothing. I know they're doing like recon and stuff, but like nothing like exciting or visually appealing is happening. It's just them on a sand dune.
James Spader gets pulled by a horse.
Yeah,
thingy.
but I mean, yeah, that's kind of fun, I guess.
So
I like how that's the one animal on this planet.
Yeah.
So you expect them to turn on the TV and cut right to the news segment of whatever's happening.
No,
right?
no.
You don't make them watch 10 commercials first, right? No, I make that analogy, but like, it's a fucking desert. There's nothing there. Yeah, you're gonna arrive there, and there's not gonna be shit going on. I think people are gonna start getting stir crazy, and it's like, oh yeah, oops, I can't figure this out, and then they have to take off. Like, I mean,
I think there's a little opportunity
sensible
there for like maybe more character interactions that were more interesting than like James Spader or a French Stewart's like a dick to like
James Spader's just getting bullied.
And it's like,
I thought
nobody likes
funny.
him, and it's like, we know nobody likes him. Like, I don't know. I think it would have been an interesting way to like for them to figure out something to like maybe bond these characters or to find some kind of common ground.
That's where Kurt Russell and James Spader should have had
like,
a moment.
like a heart to heart.
Oh, your son died? I like sun-dried tomatoes.
yeah, but Kurt
I
Russell,
could be Jack's son.
Kurt Russell can't grow emotionally until he meets Skara, because that's his analogy for his son, or analog for his son.
No, I get that, but I'm saying like he could have like maybe like he could have opened up to him or something. I don't know. I feel like Roland Emmerich got like much better at it as he went along. Like, to me, I think Independence Day is like his peak. Like, I think that's like, it's just point for point everything you want from a blockbuster, where it's like pacing is down, all the characters are fun, no one really like overstays their welcome, and it just kind of like immediately jumps to the next scene, and it's like, what's happening next? Okay, this is going on here, and it's like maybe it would like, I'm not saying it just has to be like Independence Day, but like maybe, I don't know. I think it's just like that was basically it. The pacing is like maybe they could have split the characters up and had them doing their own little mini adventures or something. I don't know, but
this movie is what got him Independence Day. Just saying.
I know, and that's what I said. Like, I think it's he shows it, because it's like as you're watching it, you're like, you expect it to be like one of those big budget ones, and to find out that it's like, oh no, it's actually fairly modest, but it looks and it has the feel of that is very impressive. Day After Tomorrow is actually pretty good too.
I don't care for Roland Emmerich's movies, to be honest.
I mean,
The world gets destroyed.
they're
Destroying.
popcorn stuff.
Let's destroy historical monuments.
That was the thing too, like the real lack of urgency at the end when it's like Raw's whole thing just was so weird. I'm sorry, Miles. I'm just gonna keep, but it's like Raw's thing where he's like, you know what? He's like, I'm gonna kill you, but I'm gonna make it extra humiliating. I'm gonna have your friend kill you, and it's like, why? But okay. And then he's like, and then I'm gonna throw this bomb through the portal, and it's gonna blow up Earth forever. And it's like, okay, like sure. And then they get away, like they escape from like the friend's killing his friend, or he chooses not to. And then he's like, ah, damn it. And then he's like back in his temple and just like, I'm going to get around to throwing that bomb in that portal eventually. And it's like 2 days like go by. And then he's like, you know what? Now's the day. I feel like I'm going to go throw it in there. And then they, you rapscallions, you tricked me again. I don't know. That's where I was like, there's a real, like, the momentum was kind of gone and like stopped and started. But
did he know Earth's address at that point?
yeah, right. Maybe he needed to like go through the massive phone book.
Well, there is no phone book.
Yeah, I know.
Why was God?
That's like the key problem of like the entire first series. There is no fucking phone book. They got to figure it out themselves.
They're just going through 0000001.
Yeah, no, literally, that's what they do. It's like they're like, oh yeah, we can go to Abydos, which is the name of this planet, right?
Uh-huh.
And there's the addresses that they've got that they find there.
Aaron Aronson.
Yeah, and that's the only phone book. There's like a big like temple that has a bunch of those there.
It's always a fucking desert planet.
It is.
It really is.
It's always.
Look, I love Dune, but like
It's always a desert
I
planet.
think now that they've been making Dune movies, hopefully this will kind of nip in the bud a lot of people who are just like,
I think it's gonna bring another wave of them. What if we shot in Bakersfield, California, and we said it's an alien planet? What if we went to Vasquez Rocks and said it's an alien planet?
dude, there's so many.
Honestly, though,
I can't
hardly ever desert planets.
I can't-
in the show. Just saying.
That's good
It's-
because they shoot in Toronto, I'm assuming.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's a lot more medieval forest.
Now it's all forest planets. That's like in a.
I'll take a fucking forest planet over
No,
a desert planet.
Yeah,
though.
I agree. But like, it's like Supernatural, where like every town kind of almost
Looks
looks
exactly
Oh
the
my
same.
god, dude!
I mean, it's
It's
the
like
same
we're staying in a motel. The motel looks exactly like every other motel.
Every once in a while, they give them like a really weird looking motel to mix it
Yeah.
up too. It's like, oh, okay.
Like
It was
we
the same
built a
in Star
set.
Trek. Like they always just drove out like 20 minutes outside LA.
Every planet looks like Santa Clarita.
Yeah.
It's always like the fucking desert or like somewhere just out of LA County that's a little bit foresty.
Okay, I'll say the one of my favorite parts of the show that I think do a lot of heavy lifting was the music. The music seems to like it was. I think it was well composed. I think it has a lot of like that kind of very fun, kind of classic like adventure-y feel to it. And it sounds like they did some tweaking, but it carried over to the series. Am I right? Or
Yeah. I mean, the music is very similar. I wouldn't say that it's the same music that they carry over to the series, but yeah, very very similar tone, very similar feel on that end.
interesting.
Yeah.
I think besides that, I think Emmerich's like overall like idea. I think he's definitely a style over substance kind of guy. Not as much as like Snyder or like Michael Bay or something, but it's similar. I think he definitely prioritizes like having like a strong spectacle, like the kind of the fun versus like having I think the heavier story beats or something. But I think it works here. It feels very much like a Roland Emmerich movie. And I don't mean that in a bad way. I just like, because actually like even 2012, even though it's like probably one of the worst ones that
Was
I've
that the
seen.
one where there was like the giant flood and
Yeah.
then they were like, oh yeah,
the
we're gonna
volcanoes
make giant
explode.
ships.
There's tornadoes in LA. Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
The
That's
massive
John Cusack,
earthquake.
right?
Yeah. That's like one of the last like disaster movies that I liked, at least to some degree. And I think that's because Emmerich just knows how to do those projects.
I think
well.
The Day After Tomorrow was the one. I don't think that's a Roland Emmerich.
That is.
It is.
That
It
is.
is.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like that one.
Yeah.
It's
They
funny.
outrun the cold.
Yeah, they do. Run, and they're just like closing the doors behind them. It's just cool. It's funny because it works so much better in that than it does in like The Happening, where it's like the dumbest thing
Oh, the
ever.
wind,
Just
right?
the wind, and I think it's because it's just like, I don't know. We it's easier to like just you see wind and it's like it's not. No one's timing the wind really, or I guess you can't. But like you know what I mean. It's just dumb. It's just open space versus like you can actually see like the frost crystals like forming and
Does
kind
the
of
day after tomorrow have that fucking cough syrup scene though? I don't think so.
Why you eyeing my lemon drink?
What's the line? I saw a real cute pharmacist. I almost bought a bottle of cough syrup. I didn't have to. It was a completely superfluous cup of cough syrup. I don't think the day after tomorrow has that dialogue. So.
And on that note, anything else you guys would like to add here? Any other?
Can I talk about the one scene I actually really liked in the movie?
Yes, please.
Yes.
I'm done with you guys shitting
You're
on
not
this.
even gonna like this because it's such a random scene to like, but I just like the scene in the beginning with James Spader where he's like giving his presentation, like his crazy alien guy presentation.
Yeah.
And everyone's like laughing at him, and then he gets out, and then the woman pulls up in the car and is like, "Get in." Like, and then what'd she say? She says something along the lines of like, "Do you want to go back to being a joke, or do you want to come with me and prove your theories?" I was like, "Oh, I like that."
Yeah.
Honestly,
And-
really good recruitment scene.
Yeah,
Yes,
fantastic
and you know what?
setup scene for him.
Again, that's such an Emmerich thing to do because like they do that in Independence Day, they do that in like Day After Tomorrow. There's always like a scene where it's like there's a scientist guy, no one
Everyone thinks he's
believes
crazy.
this guy's dumb, this guy doesn't know what he's talking about, and then they're like, "I believe in you, let's go save the world," and then it's like this is like it's such a good formula for him.
So do you guys think that Roland Emmerich really wanted to be like a scientist, but he was just really, really bad at science, so he had to be a
nobody believed him.
filmmaker? Yeah.
Possibly. I think he definitely has like a passion for science and like sci-fi, and I think that's really dope. I like that he likes to highlight like average-ish scientists. I mean, it's like Jeff Goldblum and fucking Dennis Quaid and like James Spader, but like just the kind of the little guys, and that's kind of fun,
All I'm saying, does your favorite sci-fi series have an episode where Neil deGrasse Tyson and Bill Nye shit on each other? Not actually,
what?
They scat, like-
yeah.
They poop
No,
on each
not
other.
like that. Like no, they just
Coprophilia.
like insult each other
Do they eat their
as
poop?
themselves. It's hilarious.
Okay.
Do yours have that?
No.
I don't
No,
think so.
Yeah.
I don't,
Okay.
I don't want that.
I think Epic Rap Battles of History had a Bill Nye versus
Neil
Neil
deGrasse
deGrasse
Tyson.
Tyson
You're
episode.
building out the science guy's not so nice in person.
I've heard no such thing except from you.
Yeah, where'd you hear that from?
Teacher I had in high school.
Oh, he would know.
He worked in the fucking industry. Okay.
What industry? The film industry?
Yeah.
No, the
science industry.
The science
Oh,
industry?
yeah, he's a scientist. My
science
science
guy.
teacher, Bill Nye, let me tell you. This fucking guy.
Well, Jeremy worked with him once, and he mentioned that like he said he's a professional. So I don't know,
Like
not
Leon.
necessarily that he's like the nicest dude, but like he's kind of like we're here to work, and I don't know.
If you ever run into him at a Starbucks and he's mean to you, you owe me $5.
all right, fair enough.
He's just like, get the fuck out of my way.
Any last comments or thoughts you guys have on
No, I'm sorry. I
Bill
don't.
Nye the Science Guy?
I genuinely don't remember this movie. Very
We
well.
did, yes.
I have
we
nothing-
apologize. We did record this. I checked my letterbox. I watched this November 30th.
I remember too much. All right,
It's
all right.
it just
Miles.
it didn't leave that much of an impression on me. I think is the thing. I remember it was fine. I enjoyed watching it. I think, but I don't know.
Yeah.
It didn't get me excited to watch the television show.
Well,
I'm sorry.
no
Miles.
matter what these heathens say, this film is important
Is your final thought?
because it led into the greatest sci-fi franchise
It's not true.
that has ever existed
Those are
or ever will exist.
heavy words. Blake.
Yeah, I thought it was okay. I didn't love it. Sorry. I didn't hate it. I'm not like as far deep as Ron. I liked a lot. Like I said, I liked a lot of the production design, the sets. I really liked Roz's like henchmen and their outfits. And I liked that whole like God fucking technology thing. That's like a trope I like. I like that God was like a femboy. I thought that was kind of cool. But like overall, like I'm just gonna be real. I'm probably never gonna watch it again. Like I don't think.
I hate watch it every night.
But will you watch the
Asthma.
TV show?
I don't know. Maybe.
I'll be honest, probably not. unless I'm on a plane with no sound. It's the guy in front of me's watching.
Now, every flight you fly on, I'm going to try to get the seat in front of you just so that I can watch it to
Crack my
expose you.
screen just to be
Yeah.
like this guy.
Yeah.
I fly Frontier, so there are no screens.
Oh God, why do you fly Frontier?
Because it's cheap.
That's like watching this movie version of flying.
It's the Greyhound bus version of flying.
Do they still guarantee that all your body parts will arrive at your destination?
I think they say most now. Yeah.
Oh,
so,
okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'll final thoughts. I don't hate this movie. But I did dislike this movie. It didn't click with me in all the right ways. I feel like if I saw it when I was younger, I probably would have a soft spot for it, admittedly, because I like aliens, I like ancient Egyptian stuff, sci-fi, guns, cool. It's like I feel like there's a recipe there that I should like this more than I do. But it just didn't quite click with me. But like a lot of parroting what Blake said, the sets, costume, the effects were really damn good, and they do a lot of heavy lifting for me, so that's cool. And I understand why this would be a series and why people would love it and why people would, continue to champion it to this day. So I'm not trying to hate on anybody if they like this movie, that's fine, but it wasn't my cup of tea. But yeah, sorry.
It's okay. It's I what can I say? To each their own, right?
We
These might be
can't
tears
all
of me.
have the same.
I was
Yeah.
kidding. No.
Yeah.
Okay. I think we're skipping over what you've been watching, right?
Yeah. Because I think
Yeah.
So we're going right into our next pick.
Cover that in last week's episode.
who is the next pick?
It's me.
Oh,
Well, first though, we also have our year in review
I
episode
think we're releasing this after.
that's coming after.
No, we're releasing this episode after the year in
Yeah.
review.
Oh, we are?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry. I stepped out of a time warp. Then what an episode, huh? I loved it. It was so good. Everything that was said was
Wow.
great.
Our best work.
Yeah,
So,
easily.
Jason, you have the next pick.
Yes. I'm going to pick The Vast of Night. Does anyone
fuck is this?
know about this?
No, but that's a sick name though.
That is a cool name.
Yeah.
The
Hey,
Vast
or is
of
it in
Night.
The Vast of Night?
Well, you better find out what the name is called.
I don't know. I didn't fucking...
Vast of
No,
Night. I
it's the-
feel like I've heard of that. I think maybe you said something about it a while ago.
Yeah.
This one
it's-
on Amazon?
Yeah, it's on Amazon. It's just a tiny little movie made on like a small budget, but I think there's some really good stuff in here.
I've never even heard of this. I'm
Cool.
excited.
Yeah, it's I'm very curious. This might be one that you guys also don't like, but I like it just because it's just the tiny little movie that I enjoyed. I watched it once, and I'm excited to watch it again.
When did you watch it?
Oh.
A few years ago.
What time of day?
Yeah. What year?
I don't know. I'm sorry. I don't log everything I've ever done in my life so I can pull it up in later conversations.
You should do that more often. Okay.
Thank you for listening. Sorry, this was a half-baked one. Like I said, we did watch this in November.
Oh, I don't think it's half baked. I believe this is fully baked.
Oh, what's that from?
The Graduate.
Oh, yeah. Thank you. Well, our next episode's going to be really good.
All right.
Join us. Watch
Bye.
The Vast tonight. Goodbye.
Bye.
Happy
Bye.
January. Bye.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Even though we told you that last week.
Of course we
Bye.
did, but it's still New Year.